Oh, I didn't see me.
No.
You light some candle for Rabbi Shimon. Those of you who don't have candle, basically take oil, any oil, olive oil is the best. Put a wick. If you don't have a wick, take cottons, just roll it like this. Put it inside something silver, you put in the oil, and it will light for a long time. Whatever you do, remember tonight is a very special night. You know, I had the merit to have minyan outside tomorrow early morning in Nets. We're going to have minyan outside as well. And many people took the Tikkunei HaZohar. And what can I say to Rabbi Shimon more than thank you for allowing me to be one of the servant, you know. And when my family asked me, who are you working for? I said, my boss is Rabbi Shimon. And even I'm not the best worker, just because I work for the best, then I'm good. So everybody, when you choose a good boss, is more important than who you are and what you do. Some of us need to work on our ego, need to work on how to change and what to do. And some of us choose the best boss, and then even if you're not the best, it's okay, don't worry about it, it's all good. So I'm going to start from the Ari, the meaning of Lag BaOmer, the meaning of tonight. I'm reading, those of you who want to join me, I'm reading in Shara Kavanot, Chelek Bet, and Amud Kuf Tzadik, page 190. And I'm going to read first from the Mare Mekomot of Rav Ashlag and Rav Brandwein to explain why tonight, why Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai happening tonight. Shara Kavanot. Inyan ma shepasku lamud beLag BaOmer hu. What happened that the student of Rabbi Akiva stopped dying exactly tonight? Those of you who don't know what happened, Rabbi Akiva has 24,000 students, and they all die, unfortunately, besides 5. They start dying in the time of the Omer, at this time. What if that plagues end, and hopefully it will end the coronavirus tonight as well? When it ends, unlike BaOmer, it ends. It was no vaccine, it was nothing, it just ended like BaOmer. So the question is, why? Tonight it ended. It was before the death anniversary of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. So that day is special to begin with. We need to know why it's special. So it's a little bit Kabbalah, so it's a little bit complicated, and I'm sorry I start with that. So I'll start with it, and then it will be easy. Okay? I'm not promised, but I will try. So you say, we know that the Omer has 7 weeks. Every week is corresponding to a certain energy. The first week corresponding to Chokhmah, the second week is to Binah, and then the third week is Dat, and the fourth week is Dat, because Dat is Chasadim, has Gvurot. I'm skipping so it will not get complicated. The 5th week, which we are in, is Chesed. Ubo Lag BaOmer. So, tell us Rav Ashlag, בד' שבועות הראשונים, שבוע בחב"ד, שהוא רישה, okay, it's bring judgment. But the last 3 weeks, it is more opening for mercy. So Rav Ashlag explained to us that this week is unique because the 5th week of the Omer is in Chesed. The 6th week of the Omer is what's coming soon, Be'ezrat Hashem. Of course it's Gvura, but it's also Yesod, those of you who know to count. And then Zer Anpin Malchut is the last week. So I just want you to know that you are in a special time, special, unique time. And that's what the plague end. A second reason to celebrate tonight is the death anniversary of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Later on, my children will tell you the story, what exactly happened. For that reason, Rabbi Shimon, not considered dead, is considered very much alive tonight. For whoever people reach out, either you dance, either you party, either you eat, either you light a candle, or, of course, the best of the best is to study. If you're capable of study, then of course you're going to get everything. So I'm going to read to you what used to do Rabbi Isaac Luria and what used to do Rabbi Chaim Vital tonight. I think you want to know, right? It's important. So I'm going to read it to you from Shara Kavanot Chelek Bet. Inyan Min'ag. It used to be a tradition. שנהגו ישראל ללכת ביום ל"ג בעומר. It used to be a tradition that Israel, peoples, the Israelite, used to go to ל"ג בעומר על קברי רשב"י ורבי אלעזר בנו. They used to go to Meron, to the grave of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Say the Ari, say Rabbi Chaim Vital. אשר קבורים בעיר מירון כנודע. As you all know, they bury in Meron. This book was written 500 years ago, and it was still a tradition to go there. ואוכלים ושותים, and eat and drink. Which means if you go to Meron, those of you who have a merit to go to Meron, you don't need to do nothing. Just by eating there, and drinking there, and dancing and be happy, you get all the energy for the year. ושמחים שם, you have to be happy. אני ראיתי למורי ז"ל שהלך לשם פעם אחת ביום ל"ג בעומר. I went with my teacher, say רבי חיים ויטל, הוא וכל אנשי ביתו. He brought all his family with him. וישב שם 3 ימים ראשונים של השבוע. He start the death anniversary 3 days before ל"ג בעומר. וזה היה פעם אחת שבא ממצרים. It was one time when he came from Egypt. אבל אין אני יודע אם זה אז היה בקיא ויודע בחוכמה הזו נפלאה שהשיג אחר כך. I don't know it was before he was the greatest Kabbalist of all time or after he was the greatest Kabbalist of all time. ואמר לי רבי יונתן סגיס שבשנה ההיא, קודם שהלכתי אני אצלו ללמוד עם מורי, before I met him as a student, שהוליך את בנו הקטן שם, he took his son, רבי עזק לו as a son, with all his family, ושם גילחו את ראשו, and they shave his head. Because there is a tradition, when you have a boy, to cut your boy's hair in Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. If you never did it there, always you can go with the rabbi, with your teacher, with somebody you respect, and take a scissor, and they respect them, and they cut the hair here, a little bit, just for the connection, so they can have a chance to do that, if you didn't do it. כמנהג הידוע, ועשה שם יום משתה ושמחה. At the day that you cut their hair, why? Because when you cut their hair, this is the education begin at Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, then it promises you for life that you will be connected. And גם העיד הרב אברהם לוי, כי בשנה הנזכרת הלך גם הוא שם. Another rabbi went there, והיה נוהג לומר בכל יום בברכת תשכום, נחם. He used to say נחם אבלי ציון. And he said נחם. אמר לו מורי, Rabbi Isaac Luria said, נחם, you said that word is the words of mourning. Not mourning as mourning, mourning as what you do after somebody die. כי ראה בהקיץ את רשב"י, the Ari said, I saw רבי שמעון בר יוחאי, Ari could see him physically. עומד על קברו, I saw רבי שמעון בר יוחאי standing on his grave. למה אומר נחם ביום שמחתנו? רבי שמעון said, out there, somebody is mourning on the day of my happiness. ולכן הוא יהיה נחמה בקרוב. זה רבי שמעון בר יוחאי, the Ari, tell this person, unfortunately, he will have to go through some sorrow. And unfortunately, after 30 days, he lost his son. For that reason, person has to be happy from now till tomorrow night and celebrate. And the reason I wrote it is not to scare you, say Rabbi Chaim Vital, להורות שיש שורש במנהג הזה, to tell you that there is roots to that tradition. ובפרט כי רשב"י הוא מחמישה תלמידיו הגדולים של רבי עקיבא, and because Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai was the greatest student of Rabbi Akiva, and this is the day of his happiness, Lag BaOmer. I just want to start with that before I'm going to the Tikkunei HaZohar. And now, I'm reading to you from Matok Midvash, from Tikkunei HaZohar, which I teach on Vital all the time, and hopefully some of you listening to it, as it's very important. רבי שמעון אז עלה וערק למדברה דלוד. רבי שמעון ran away, ערק מן run away, to the desert of Lod. Lod, as we know, that's where the airport, but there is different opinion where is Lod. So we know where he ran to, Peki'in. It's a Druze village today. The village has a name, it's called Bet Jan, the house of Jan, not Jian, not like my last name, Jan. והתגניז באחד מרעתה. And he hid in one cave, הוא ורבי אלעזר ברה. He and his son רבי אלעזר. התרחש ניסה. A miracle happened to them. נפיק לאון חד חרוב. A carved tree came out. וחד מעיינה דמיה. And the spring water started coming out. אך למה הוא חרוב, they ate from that curb, Veshatan ma'umaya, and drank from the water. Why charuv? Why carob? I don't know if you know the Talmud. There is a story in the Talmud. Whoever plants a seed of a carob is the human being who cares for the next generation. Because the Talmud said it takes 70 years for the carob tree to bring fruit. Even some farmer in Israel once told me it's less than 70, I think it's 23, but it's a long time. And carob in Hebrew comes with chibur. Chibur means connection or a story. The water came, Eliyahu Navi, Elisha the prophet, was come to them twice a day, and nobody knew they're there. And what they were doing in the cave, they revealed 70 meaning to the word Bereshit, the first word of the Torah. Because the word Bereshit within the one word has all the secret of the entire Torah. Just think about it. Think about it. Of course, questions need to be raised. Why they're running away? What's the purpose? You're Rabbi Shimon. You're running away from the Roman? Why are you running away? Sometimes in life, you have to leave society, or to leave what you're familiar with, or to leave what you're comfortable with, for the sake of revealing something new. That's sometimes. I'm going to take you now to another section. I want to share with you say Bereshit bara Elokim. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai take the first 3 words of the Torah. When God in the beginning created. And then it says Masklim yaziru kezohar rakia. The wise will shine like the light of the sky or the firmament. And he said, who is those wise people? It say Inun Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai. It's Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai and his friends. And then he gives them Rabbi Elazar Bere, Rabbi Elazar his son, Rabbi Abba, the one who wrote the Zohar, Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Chia, Rabbi Yitzchak, Veshar Chavraya, and the rest of the friend. הזדרו זירו לאלעד כזוהר הרקיע, מהי כזוהר אלקד עברו ההיא חיבורה, הסתכלו על אלה, וקראו לו ספר הזוהר. It was agreement from above, from all the chamber. I don't know if you know, but in heaven there is 1 billion chambers of study. All the billions of chambers of study agree that this book has to come out. ובצדיקי הרבי בן יהוא נפשין ככוכבים לעולם ועד, דלא אשר נורא דלא עולם, דלא לעולם ולעלמי עלמים, בעוז בנת חברי החיבורה. In the time that the Tikkunei Zohar and the Zohar was written, it was no more darkness in the world. Even it was the temple destruction and all the problems that happened. Every time you touch a Zohar, you read a Zohar, you study a Zohar, a light come to the world. רשותי תאב לאליהו. Elisha the prophet asked for agreement from above if it is allowed to write this book. להסכם מה אימון ב. ולכל מערה מטיפתא דלילה ולתתא. He went to heaven and he made sure everybody signed that it's okay for Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai to reveal the Tikkunei Zohar and the Zohar. And the angels, the righteous, everybody agree. וכל חיילים דמלאכין אלאים. And all the soldiers of the angels agree. ונשמתין אלאים, and all the soul of the righteous that passed away. למהווה אימון בהסכומה ורותה כחדה. And everybody agree, of course, it is the time for this book to come out. So just think about it for a second. Every time that you touch the Zohar, touch the Tikkunei Zohar, and read, you are touching a revelation. But why some people get more and some people get less? The same light. The Zohar writes, you have to go to Eshet Chayil on Friday. In the letter Nun, it says Noda B'She'arim Ba'ala. The Zohar said, Al Tomar B'She'arim, do not say in the gate, Tomar B'She'urim. Meaning what? Meaning She'arim in gate, her husband known in his gate, She'urim mean measurement. As much as you measure the value of the Zohar of Tikkunei Zohar, that's as much light you're going to get. So when you're holding it, you have to look at it like, wow, if this is one thing that all the soul agree with, I'm going to take it super seriously. I'm going to take it like this is it. There's nothing else. I'm going to stop searching. You know, when a husband finds a wife to marry, when a wife finds a husband to marry, if they love each other, they don't searching anymore. If you keep searching after you find the Tikkunei Zohar and the way to study it, and you keep searching, still, it didn't fully understand it. Because this is the ultimate. After that, there is no more search. And if after that there is more search, that's when you didn't get into it, you didn't master the level of study. And let me continue with that. I might or might not read the Patach Eliyahu with you, but I rather that you do it, but I want to take you to another section. ובעוז בנה התקשרת במילת אהבה, דהי בראשית. And at that time, the person can connect to the word love within the word bereshit. וקורא לו בי ברא עלמא, and through that word he can create the world. ומאן דלא מסר נפשי וגופה, somebody who's not ready to give his body or his lower level of the soul called nefesh, or mamone, or his kesef, his money, בריחימו, with love, דמערה בשעת אשפד, כאילו החזר אל מעל טוב ובואו. So a person who's not ready to be generous with his body or with his money is almost like he destroyed the world and bring it to before creation. ובגין דקרא סמיך בארץ אתה טוב ובואו. For that reason, the verse of the Torah say, Bereshit bara Elokim et haaretz. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth, and the land was a mess. Mess is tohu vavohu. What does it mean, Sir Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai? When a person is non-generous, when a person don't feel the pain of people who need money, it's like he take the world and destroy it like it was before creation. Let's see what matok midvash. Those of you who don't know what matok midvash. Matok mean honey. No, sweet. Dvash mean honey. Sweet like honey is a commentary on Tikkunei Zohar by all the Kabbalists of all time. The famous one who is involved in it is Ramak, Rabbi Moshe Cordovero, and the Gaon of Vilna. Those of you who know the name. And that's what he writes. זה הניסיון שהתנסו בני ישראל בעין שנים האחרונות. It will be a test. Before the Messiah come, before the temple will be built, it will be a test. של הגלות האחרון, שאז יהיו ניסיונות קשים ביותר. The test in the end of time which we are living now will be so harsh, will be so difficult. ויש שיקחו ממנו את ממונו. There is some people, not only it will be tough test, the money will be taken away from them. דעני חשוב כמת. And when they take the money away from a person, it's considered like dead. It's almost like they take his body away. It's almost like they killed him, say the Tikkunei Zohar. מי שאצלו גוף ונפש ממונה כולו שקולין, כולו שווה אצלו. אז בברך חביב עליו, כל מה שבא לידו, למוסרו על קידוש השם. Whatever is dear to the person, in the end of time, before the Messiah come, it's been taken away from the person. For some it's their body, for some it's their money. מסור לו ברחומי דברי, ימסור אותו מחמת אהבת השם. But there is two different levels. Do you give it as a charity, or it was taken away from you? או בעוז בנה, כשמוסר נפשו, התקשר במילת אהבה דהו בראשית, במספר קטן. If you take the word Bereshit and you make the numerically value of the letters, במספר קטן, meaning Bet is 2, Resh is 2, Aleph is 1, Shin is 3, Yud is 1, and Taf is 4. How much is together? Good luck to you. It's a Ahava. It's supposed to be 13, like the word love. Ahava. 13. Was that 13? Did I do well? Please let us know, text us if I'm right. ולכן נרמז בבלת בראשית. אפשר לחשוב כאילו בברי אלמה. זאת אומרת שבלא נברא העולם. When a person is willing to let go of his money, his honor, his pride, specifically his money is very important, then it's connected to the word love, and then it's considered like God created the whole world just for that person. Somebody who's not willing to give up his soul, his pride, his body, his money, and he said, no, I'm not giving anything physical, I believe in this physical world, and he's only want to have celebration of life. It's considered like he brought this whole world to the worst of the worst. Those type of people bringing destruction to the world, said to us Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. ובגינדה, רמז לזה, קרא סמיך לבראשית, שהיא אהבה. So if you take the first word of the Torah, which is Bereshit, which is Gematria, Ahava, which is the morality value, love. You take that word, morality value of love. And right after this, you say, V'aretz hayta tohu vavohu, and the land was tohu vavohu, meaning a mix of chaos. Meaning, if a person, in a time of the plagues, in a time of negativity, is not willing to give nothing, then he makes things actually worse and worse. Because when a person is focusing on how to love the Creator more, like it's written, Vayoav Yaakov et Rachel, when Yaakov love Rachel, what does that mean when Yaakov love Rachel? When Yaakov love Rachel, כי על ידי אהבת השם, גורמים שזהר אנפין יאהב את המלכות. What make a person love another person? It starts by you loving the Creator. If you loving the Creator, you will have the merit to love your wife and your kids. If you love the Creator, you will have the merit to love your husband and love the kids. But if you don't have a true love toward the Creator, you will not be capable to love truly things around you. ורוצה לומר, שיבנה אותה בחסדים, ואז יקלל להם כל ספרים בפרצוף שלם, ויפקוד לקודש בריך בכל תרי"ג הפקודים, כי עניין קיום כל התרי"ג מצוות הם במלכות. וקנאת פר מדוע אתה עובר את מצוות המלך? דהיינו מלכות שהיא מולכת בתחתונים, ולהלן בה שעל ידי קיום מצוות נבנה העולם. So when a person commit himself to do all the chukim, all the spiritual rules and laws, then he build this universe. And not follow the negative made, which is Nukva, the Samech Mem, Yetzirah, the negative force within us, who tempting us not to build, just to take. Every time you take money, every time you take a pride, every time you take ownership, just about me, at that time, what happened? You take, you destroy. Some people has $1 million, but they don't feel like they have. This early morning, of my dear student, get a letter, or email, what they call today, not a letter, of how can he join somebody who want him to join for a project of money, blah, blah, blah. I was a little shocked, because the people who are asking him for money or to join them have so much more money than him himself. And I was thinking, like, why they feel they don't have? And I said, that's a curse. Nothing worse than a curse that you think you don't have. What happens when you think you don't have? You get jealous. What happens when you get jealous? You're not happy. Very simple. So people who are jealous, not happy. People who think they don't have, that's That's the exact problem of destruction. Destruction happens when you don't feel you have enough. Now, based on that, why do we have the plagues right now? There is so many people who don't feel they have enough. And so many people who don't have, who are not receiving for the people who think they don't have enough. להביא חורבן על העולם, בעבודות התחתונים. בארץ הייתה תוהו ובוהו, שמביאה שיממון לעולם. What happened when there is תוהו ובוהו? תוהו ובוהו meaning destruction. Why we are in תוהו ובוהו right now? I don't need to tell you how many people are dying every day. Dying. They don't even have time to go to the cemetery. People are dying. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is telling you there is a solution. But you cannot keep the money all the time for yourself. You have to find a way, how can I give? Not by coincidence that Baruch Hashem, we were advised by somebody I never met from New Jersey, who advised one of my students in New York to tell me, change Vital to make it free. We did. Baruch Hashem for that advice. What else can we give? If we can give on Shabbat meal, if we open again soon, whatever we can give. Everybody needs to learn to give. Not to be cheap on their money. Not because you're generous when you give. No. When you give, it's for you. You're not saving anybody. You're saving you. Because now you're connected to Bereshit. To the first word of the Torah called Bereshit, which is the morality value of Ahava. והטעם שברא הקדוש ברוך הוא את השפחה בישה, so the question that תיקוני הזוהר asks, so why do you give us evil inclination? Just teach us to give and we will give. Why you let us inside of us a problem that make me not want to give? דהיינו שיהיה שכר. You want to know why you have problem to give? So if you want to get reward for all the goodness you're doing, God makes sure it will be difficult. He make you cheap. He make you so cheap that you will not give it. So when God take away the money from you and you become so poor, all your negativity been cancelled. But you rather go to the level that you give on your own, or you want to go to the level it's been taken away from you. Choose. Choose. For that reason, it says in תיקוני הזוהר, ובגין דע, מן דרכים לקודשא בריך הוא מגון נפשי, או גופי או ממונה. There's 3 levels to connect to the divine. One, connect to the divine by giving away his nafshe. We're not in that level. Giving away his life. That's Rabbi Akiva, the teacher of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Or gufe, same thing, the soul of the body. That's a high level. Or mamone. Mamone means the money of a person is willing to give the money. That's, I think most people would rather give their money than give their life. דיאנטר לקודשא בריך הוא, הריחימו דלה תלויה באי דהיה אבלה, ולאו עיקר רחמו דלאו האי הוא רחמה, דים נטלמו מונה הוא גופהו נפשי כפר בה. לאו עיקר רחמו, עד בעשר אנשי ברוך הוא נדבר. So it say, the commentary is so powerful. It say, yeah, there is a lot of people who give money. But what are they thinking when they give? What is the kavanah? What is the meditation? כוונת אהבתו היא בשביל דיאנטר לקדוש ברוך הוא כל פגעי העולם. So you can say, I give money because I love God, because God can protect me for all the problems that might happen to me. It's okay, it's good, but it's not the ultimate. הערכים מודלים תלויה בדבר. באו דאהב לה. אבל כשברוך נותן לו. So when you give money like this, you're hoping that God give you something in return. ולאו עיקר ערכים מודלים הוא יהיה הרחמה. זאת אומרת שלא אהבה להשם היא העיקרית אצלו. So he's not in love with God, he's not in love with the divine, he just try to use that trick to get the divine to give him what he wants. דאם נתן ממונה או גופה או נפשה, אם צריך ממונה דברים שיוקר אצלו, לשמת אצל אז. Because he read it and he said, listen, if you give your body or your soul or your money, then God will save you from all problem. It's a good deal. It's a good deal. So you say, all right, I'm giving, if that's the deal. Tikkun HaZohar say, it's not love. It doesn't come from love. אז כפר בחד ושלום. אבל לאו יהיו כרחימו. לא נקרא שאהבת השם היא העיקרית אצלו, אלא עד 14,000 שקל קדושת השם. So how do you know somebody truly is in love with the Creator? Until a person is willing to die, basically, if that's the reason that they need to go through, for you know that that's the willing of the Creator. I mean, one person did a famous one, Rabbi Akiva, of course. ברחימו דמערה מחמת אהבת השם. Why he does it? Not because he wants, because of his love to the Creator. ואם כל תלת שקולים לגבי נפש גוף ובמונה, if his soul, body and money are equal, ימסור לו כולו לקדושת ברחימו, אז ימסור הכל באהבה של קדושת השם. He has to be willing to give all of it. And this is called love. The Zohar, the Tikkun HaZohar just define the word love. And the Tikkun HaZohar define that love, when you see a time of plague like now, it's lacking of love. Unfortunately, there is enough song and TV about what love is. And they brainwash people, children, adult, mature people, of what love is. But what they tell people love is, it's not love. Love is when you're willing to give all of what you got for the sake of the love without expecting something in return. זהו עיקר האהבה. Why? Why? תיקוני הזוהר say, why? It seems harsh. Because שעל ידי זה גורמים שזעיר אנפין יאהב את המלכות. Can you affect the upper world? Can you actually affect the upper world? The answer is, it seems impossible. There is a way. For the upper light to love the vessel, meaning for the fulfiller to fulfill the container, what you're doing in this world make a difference. So if you're capable of reaching to that sacrifice for the sake of loving the Creator, and all of us need to get there, then the reward itself is not come to you. It's come from Ze'er Anpin love Malchut. Every time that Ze'er Anpin loving Malchut, meaning the Mashpia, the influencer, love the Mushpa, the receiver, and there is no more chaos in the world. For the plagues, all plagues to go away, for all disease go away, for all this to go away, it's for us not wanting it for us. For us wanting that Yud Kevavke, the Tarchikamet, and Adonai get one together. What we call Amen, or what we call Yalom, Yalom in diamond, what we call a true connection. ויבנה אותה בחסדים לקומה שלמה, המלכות נקראת עירה שנבלת מצד הגבורה ונבלת מחסד, היא מלכות אהבת השם. אז היא אהובה לבעלה זעיר אנפין נקרא הוויה. So when you do that, then what happened? We're able to build the malchut. The reason I'm doing that face is stuff. Giving away the body, the soul, the money. We are living a time that when you give everything you got, you ask yourself, what am I stay with? So I want to tell you, Ravashlag, one of the story I heard from people who are spreading his original paper. I have the privilege to see it in Yerushalayim, Jerusalem. And also they just send it to me before, because they are the salespeople of the original writing. And they told me, and I could see it, Rav Ashlag is to raise money to write his book. So when he got the money from charity, he spent all the money on ink. His wife told him, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm afraid to use the money for something else. And I'm afraid to trust this money too much." Meaning he never trusted mamuno, never trust. You want to do it only for the love of the Creator. I know that sometimes we talk about having ego, not having ego, love yourself, don't love yourself. And the ultimate goal is to love the Creator. To love the Creator is to be sacrifice that we are doing. What are we giving? What are we giving? Everybody has to get out of his laziness and give. Let's give. Let's give. Tomorrow morning, when I'm going to see all of you here at 5:15, blessed Baruch Hashem. Even if you, for the men who don't want to come to pray, for the women who want to just sit in the car, it's okay. Just be in the car and connect to the first sunrise that come in 5:54. We're going to come out 5:15, but 5:54, that's when the first sunlight come out. You're allowed to ask for whatever it is. So those of you who have children and babies or whatever it is, come, sit in the car, stay awake for 5:54. From 5:15 to 5:50, stay awake. After 5:54, you can go home. But at that time, that the first sunlight come out and we meditate, everything open up. Anything that ever been blocked, open up. So if you cannot even share that, not just your money, not just your life, not just your soul or your body, if you cannot share of your time because you're tired or you didn't eat vegan yesterday or I don't know what your reason is, why would you expect chaos to go away? I don't fully understand that. Because the doctor got to do a better job. Who give knowledge to the doctor? Who give knowledge to the medicine? Who put brain to the human being? If you believe a brain come from supermarket that they put it in the head, I have to disagree. The divine, only the divine. So here Tikkun Azor telling you there is a way to remove plague, but we have to make some sacrifice. I'm not expecting you to be willing to die for the Creator, or to be willing to give your soul for the Creator, or to be willing to give all your money to the Creator. But something is not even written here. Can you give your time? 1 hour to Creator when it's difficult early in the morning? If you cannot even do that, then please don't ask for God to remove the plague, because you don't come with nothing. So how dare you ask for something? Come with something, and then you can ask for anything you want. Okay? Those of you who want to do more, Baruch Hashem, like Vicky, she already give Tikkun Azor all over Florida. God bless her soul of Vicky Kitson. Those of you who know her, may God give her all the parnasah and all the health and all what she needs. God bless her. Or my friend, Mr. Alperin in Israel, in Bnei Brak, who is in charge of those of you who received my Tikkun Azor. No, there is a simania. How is a simania? Bookmark. For my friend from Bnei Brak, from Israel, which it say don't speak Lashon Hara. You know? So I'm giving them away now all over my neighborhood with the bookmark. Beautiful what he does. What he does is beautiful. God bless his soul and give him a lot of parnasah and health and everything he needs. He's willing to do that for free. So I help him. I send him 2 boxes of Tikkun Azor to Eretz Israel, to Israel, so you can share it with people. All of you gotta find a way to share. Share time, share money, share yourself. That's it. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes break, 3 minutes break, and then Debbie's gonna come and speak, okay? So stay online, we're coming soon. Thank you very much for joining me.